first time I've seen this picture. This is the man who fathered my children. You meet a guy, you fall in love with him. You know, he can tell you the sky is pink and you go, yeah, it is. And you know it's blue. But you go along with it because you're in love with this guy. And you feel like he wouldn't do anything to put you in any harm's way. Whatever I did feel for this man, it doesn't exist anymore. That died a long time ago. The whole time I was looking at him, I was just thinking, can I reach him? Can I get to him before they get to me? How much damage can I do if I do get to him? Will it be enough to end his life? 2 seconds, that's all I need is 2 seconds. And I'm willing to go to jail for that because I have nothing to live for. I hope you rot in hell. When we first met and became involved with each other, he was a little bit older than me. I met him in school. He was very gentle, very, very, very kind, and very attentive.
I like this. Wow.
He was so, I guess the word is smooth. I felt the way that he treated me was something that I hadn't experienced with anybody else. Everything just fell into place.
I've been having such a good time with you. I have something to tell you.
I got pregnant, and when I found out he was excited about it, you know.
Yes!
That was his baby, and what he wanted to do was to marry me, so that's what we did. The day that I got married, it was November 21st, 1964. It was surreal. I was happy. I was finally Mrs. Reginald Brooks. And I just figured we'd be together for the rest of our lives, like you're supposed to, till death us do part. And I believe that. We had our second child, and we were still getting along really, really well. At least in my mind, I thought we were. The only thing that I, had a little bit of concern with was why are you always trying to keep people away from me? My favorite uncle was visiting our family. He was at my parents' home.
Hello?
And my mother called to tell me that he was here and wanted to see me. And I was excited about that.
Oh, yeah? How long is he here for?
They're going to come over here and visit for a little bit. I made all these arrangements.
Maybe you guys could stop by today. We're not up to much anyway. Yeah? I'd love that. Well, I'll see you soon then.
Who's that?
And then when I told Reggie about it, and he's like, well, they're not coming in here.
I don't want them here right now.
I'm like, what do you mean they're not coming in here? When they get here, just don't answer the door. And I said, why not? He said, because I don't want anybody in here. And I'm like, okay. He didn't say it mean. He didn't say it, demanding or anything. It was just a normal conversation.
I really don't feel like entertaining anybody right now.
I didn't know where that was coming from. Maybe he just didn't feel like, having no company here. I had no way to warn my mother because there were no cell phones back then. So I couldn't call and divert them.
Reggie, can I get the door?
They came and they knocked and they knocked and they knocked, and I wasn't allowed to open the door and let them in.
Reggie,
Don't, please.
It felt like an eternity to me that my mother and my uncle were standing on the porch knocking on the door to get in, knowing that I should be there.
Reggie, I need to answer the door. This is very strange.
and I wasn't opening the door. I was just standing there and just hoping that, eventually that they would stop knocking and just go home. I was very young and very naive to a lot of things. I was a little too embarrassed to even go over there, even later on, and, even try to explain anything, because I was just like, wow, what do I say? That was just that one time, and after that, easier. If he didn't want to go, that's fine, but we're going. You don't want to participate in anything, that's fine, we're going. So it never happened again. He was a loner, and I kind of respected that, but then he started not wanting to do too much. He stopped going out of the house.
Can't catch me. Now you can't catch me.
He wouldn't go anywhere. He wouldn't go to the store with me. He wouldn't go to anybody's home with me. If we were invited anywhere, he didn't want to go.
Reg, you want to come into town with us? We're going to go to the movies.
So hang out here for a little bit.
He didn't want to be around his family. He didn't want to be around my family. He would sit on the porch and he would watch the kids play. And then eventually he stopped even sitting on the porch and he just stayed in the house. I didn't perceive that as being strange. He just was a recluse. He just got to the point that he didn't want to associate, or he disassociated himself from the outside world. That's how I perceived it. It's like, okay, this is how you want to live, or this is how you want to be. That's on you, but we're not going to stay locked up in this house. We're going to do what we do on a daily basis. If you're content to sit in here, then that's what you do. He felt somebody out there was out to get him or trying to poison him. I had made this beef stew. Me not eating with them was not unusual because if I'm making sure everybody is fed, I'm doing stuff. But he wasn't feeling all that great and he was sick.
Beverly?
Yeah, babe?
And then he comes in there like, I've done something.
What are you trying to do? You better tell me what's in this. Okay, don't you play stupid.
And accuse me of putting stuff in his food.
What are you talking about?
He said, what'd you put in the food? And I said, seasoning, what I always do.
Are you okay?
I don't know why you would think I would do something like that. Where would I even get the poison?
Stop denying it. That's why you haven't eaten any of the stew.
Come on, the kids ate it too. Do you really think I would poison my own children?
Prove it.
What?
I said prove it.
He is like, well, I need you to eat it.
Eat a bowl right now.
Fine.
And I ate it.
See? Nothing wrong with me.
I don't know why you're feeling this way. I don't know why you're sick. Has nothing to do with your food.
Reggie, you really don't look so well.
He still wasn't feeling any better. So I finally convinced him to go to emergency because I don't know what's going on. And he had appendicitis. They took him straight in and took him up and they said he had half an hour to live before he would have died from it rupturing. And if I had not made him get in that car, he would have died. All I had to do was wait a half an hour. I'm sitting there and I'm looking at him and I tell him, I will kill you.
Got it?
And if you think I'm kidding, try me. He was becoming more and more paranoid being at work. He felt that his co-workers were out to get him or do him harm and was trying to poison him, and at that point quit his job. After he quit working, Reginald's behavior started to change. The kids' friends would come by and visit with them. He would disappear into our bedroom. But he would be peeping out at them and would stare at us, looking to see what we're doing, acting strange. He never came out of the bedroom.
Mom, he's doing that thing again. He keeps staring at us.
But, he wasn't bothering anybody, and it didn't bother me, so I'm saying to myself, don't pay him any attention. That's just what he does.
He's just going through a rough patch. I think it's his nerves.
Can you tell him to stop?
We're not going to be isolated because you don't want to be bothered. I didn't think it was that serious. I just felt that this was something that our family was going through. He's acting strange, and more than one person is seeing it. But we're still trying to move forward to make it better. So, okay, I can handle this, and we can work through this and get it together. I would be getting ready for bed, and Reggie was in there laying on the bed watching his television shows. He'd been doing that all day. And at a certain time of the evening, the TV would go off. They called it signed off. You'd get this snow, or you'd get this target picture on there making this noise. He did not turn it off. He left it on. It's that all night long. And I'm like, can you turn that off? I gotta go to work in the morning. I need to go to sleep. And I can't sleep very well with that noise on there. He just ignored all of that.
Reggie, you gonna turn the TV off? Reggie!
I was not gonna get up and turn it off because I didn't know what that would do. I mean, he wasn't physically abusive with me, but I wasn't trying to get to that point. So I was just like, well, I'll just have to tune it out so that I could get some rest. You're so tired, you have no choice but to go to sleep. You can sleep through anything. So I just kind of blocked it out and got my rest and would get up and go to work. In the middle of the night, I woke up to smelling smoke. So I got up to see, and it was inside the house in the kitchen area. So I went in there to see what was going on, and I had a rag doll. It was an ornament that you hang on the wall. And he had laid it on the stove and turned on a very low flame and set the doll on fire. I don't think it had been on there very long. It was just on there long enough to cause smoke, because all I had to do was take it off and put it under some water, and it was under control.
Reggie, why would you put this on the stove? You could have burned down the whole house.
He was in bed when I woke up to the smoke. So he had gone in there and done that and got back in bed. I'm like, what is wrong with you? Why would you turn the stove on and we're all sleeping? Why would you do something like that?
Reggie, please answer me. I can't help you if you don't talk to me.
But I just never got any response as to why. So it's like beating a dead horse. So why keep asking the same question if you're not going to get an answer? I had to let it go. But that made me move my toes of, okay, now I gotta beware that you might go. It was Ashley, strung up like in a noose, by his neck like it had been hung, and had a hole in his heart. That was just devastating to me. was just trying to make it through day by day. In my own mind, I guess I was thinking, what's going to happen now? What's he going to do tomorrow? Our youngest son, Niarchos, had a little doll as a dog, and he slept with that dog. Well, I got up one morning, and as I go into the living room before I wake up the children, I see this doll. The doll was hanging up on the chandelier. I didn't know why it was up there, and my first thought was, oh, maybe they were playing, they got hung up there, and they just didn't take it down. But as I looked closer, it was actually strung up, like in a noose. And had a hole in his heart. So I know the kids did not do that. So I take it down before the kids see it up there. I don't know what their reaction would be to it.
Reggie! Why would you put this up there?
I say to Reggie, what was the purpose of you doing that? And he just kind of looks at me and he just never answered that question.
What are you doing, Reggie? Reggie! Tell me something!
It was like talking to myself while I continued the conversation. I know that Reggie believed in voodoo. I know that he felt like there were certain things that you could do, that you could put a spell on somebody. So this is when things started becoming a little, what's going on with you? It sounded like incantations or chantings. I don't want to say speaking in tongue, but I certainly didn't know what he was saying. I'm not sure if he's saying something or singing something or talking to himself or what's going on. I do something because I don't know what to do. I sent the kids to their room and I called the police.
This is the police. Please open the door.
As soon as they knock on the door, whatever he's chanting, saying, whatever in the room, he stops doing that.
Hello?
They say, can we come in? He says, yes. They go in there. They talk to him. I don't go in there. They're in there for about maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and they're talking to him what's going on. I don't really hear what he's saying to them. And then they tell me that they're leaving.
You're not going to do anything.
Ma'am, frankly, we can't do anything else.
And they said, no. I said, well, why aren't you taking him with you? And they said, well, he's coherent. He's answering our questions. Has he harmed you physically? I'm like, no.
He's no immediate threat to anyone.
But you heard him yourself.
He's in there talking crazy. I don't know what he's saying. Can't you take him out of here, take him to the hospital, take him somewhere? And they said, no.
If he hurts you or any of your kids, certainly give us a call. But until then, this is the best we can do.
That was just devastating to me. I called the hospital and tried to talk to a psychiatrist to see what they could tell me. They told me I'd have to bring him in. I'm like, well, that's not happening because I can't get him to go anywhere. So I was between a rock and a hard place. One day, I walk into the kitchen. The phone is off the wall. It's clearly broken. So I'm thinking, is the fact that I called the police upsetting to him?
Why would you do this?
And he said, I don't need people listening in on any conversations or recording conversations.
Nobody is listening, Reggie. Why would anybody care about our phone calls?
I said, what people? What are you talking about? You thought it's the conversations on there were being recorded by somebody or listening to.
Who? You know who?
If he was having one of those paranoid episodes. Capable of doing, at that point, just a watchful eye on everything. I woke up to a lot of commotion, and it was coming from the kids' room. I come into the hallway and I see them in the kids' room, and he was literally jumping on our oldest son.
Reggie!
He was beating on our oldest son. And I'm trying to pull him off of him.
Reggie, what has gotten into you?
Don't try and stand up for him.
When I got him to at least stop beating on him, I said, what did he do that's so bad? He knows what he did. He knows what he did.
Will you relax?
Don't tell me what to do. I can handle myself.
I said, sweetie, what is your daddy talking about? What did you do? He said, Mama, I don't know.
That boy's gonna get exactly what's coming to him. You hear me?
Yeah?
Exactly.
Well, you better step back or you're gonna get some too.
He's wondering what the heck is going on.
Why'd he hit you?
I didn't do anything. Liar! I didn't!
He just kept saying, he knows what he did. He knows what he did. And I said, well, clearly he doesn't.
I'll handle this.
I said, are you okay? And he goes, yeah. And I said, okay, well, just go lay back down. And he went back to bed.
Reggie, living room, now!
They've done nothing wrong. They've never been disrespectful. They never even talked back to him.
What is going on, Reggie?
Now, I'm not going back to bed because I can't trust him to not go back in there.
Why would you do this?
Okay, so now you're taking sides.
I'm not taking sides, but this is unacceptable.
That boy got exactly what he had coming to him.
So, I said, I don't know what he did or didn't do in your mind's eye, but I will tell you this.
I'm not playing games anymore. You understand?
He's my child. And if you ever put your hands on my son again like that, I will kill you.
Got it.
I said, if you think I'm kidding, try me. I never met anything so much in my life. He used to kind of help them with their homework and stuff.
Hey, why is that one blank?
Having study sessions at the dining room table, and I just go around the table. Who needs help with what? Reginald said something to Vaughn.
Hey.
And, he smacked him. Reggie smacked Vaughn. He smacked him in the face.
Stop! You get off of him!
I jumped up and I went and got in between them, trying to pull them apart.
Get off of him!
And then, in doing so, Reginald Sr. smacked me.
Wow, you okay? Get off of him!
Stop!
And the next thing I know, Reginald Jr. was on top of Reginald Sr.
It's not worth it. Get off of him!
And then Vaughn, all they were trying to do was wrestle him down to keep him from hitting anybody. After everything was over, all I could, hear my husband say was, you're dead meat, y'all dead meat, you're dead meat.
You shouldn't have done that.
That's the final straw. I'm done with it. Him jumping on the kids like that, I'm not having this. I'm not subjecting them to this. They didn't do anything to deserve any of this.
I'm done.
You think you're done, Reggie. This is over.
I told Reggie that I'm getting a divorce. I can't do this anymore. We already have a place, so you're the one that needs to go. Here's some money for you, traveling money. Go as far as it'll take you. Bye. And he didn't leave. He never went anywhere. And I told the kids, I said, okay, from now on, when you go to school, do not come home till you know that I'm home from work, because I can't protect you if I'm not here. I do know that in my mind, I felt like, okay, once I get this divorce, you definitely have to go because you can't stay here. The divorce papers were delivered, but I didn't know that they were delivered. He never said anything to me. I think he thought that I was not going to do that. At that point, things had kind of calmed down. We hadn't had any other incidents. When I left work, I was going to go do something else, and I don't remember what that was. But in a voice, go home. This voice, go home, go home. And, so that's what I did. I went home. We had a little dog, Cotton, and he didn't come to the door. The house was quiet. There was some music on, but didn't see him. He wasn't anywhere in the house. So I decided that I needed to check on the kids and see what they're doing and get them something to eat. Well, their door to the bedroom was closed. So I opened the door. You know, I saw one in the bed. I said, oh, them sleepyheads, they're still in the bed.
Boys, come on now with the games.
I said, hey, sleepyheads, y'all need to get up. It's in the afternoon. You done slept all day. What's up? Nobody was responding. So then I go in the room. And Reggie Jr.'s arm is up like this. You know, and I'm looking. And that's when I saw the bullet hole in his head. I heard somebody scream, but I don't know who it was. But in actuality, it was me. And then I looked up, and then I saw Bond had a bullet hole in his head. I think everything was surreal then. I turned around, and I looked at Miracles. I pulled the covers back, and I saw his brains everywhere. And I just lost it. I'm not gonna make it. So, I'm sorry, I gotta let it. I called the police. I told them who I was. I told them my address. I told them my husband killed my children. He said help. I just was like frozen. And then from frozen to disbelief to, oh, where's Reggie? That was my thought. I'm like, he's got to be here somewhere. And I just told the police, I'll be standing in the middle of the street. I gotta get out of here because I don't know where he is and I could be next. My husband killed my children. And I don't know where he is. And everything else is pretty much a blur. I never went back into the house. A whole bunch of things was going through my head, but mostly disbelief. It's not my boys. This happens to other people. It didn't happen to you. They're gonna get up and walk away. You know, this is a movie. This can't be happening. This is a picture of Reggie Jr., very studious. He's very kind-hearted. He'd help anybody with anything. He had this little crooked smile, you know, which let me know that you're up to something you're not supposed to be doing, but you don't want me to know what it is. This is Vaughn, my second oldest. He was the shy one. He was always keeping his hair so neat. and then it didn't take but a little bit of wind and it would be all over the place. This is my mischievous one. This is Niarchos. And you can tell by that smile, you never know what he's thinking. He didn't do anything bad, but he was always doing something. It makes me sad to think about them and that I can't hold them. It's very, very painful. And it's something that you never get over. I didn't know where he was. He had a gun and probably still had it. So if he could get close enough in the proximity of where I am, I could be next. My now brother-in-law sat there with a shotgun, literally across his knees until they found Reggie. Somebody knocks on the door, said, "It's police, can we come in?" He had been captured and they were bringing him back, and he was in Utah. I don't know where he was going. They told me that he had 2 baggage claim tickets, but he was only claiming 1 suitcase. He did not indicate that there was another bag that had been checked under the bus, and that's where the gun was.
I want to see him.
He claims to this day that he didn't do it, but who else? Who else would? Who else would have a reason to?
Is that correct, ma'am?
He's sitting there, I'm looking at him,
Ma'am.
that I'm answering questions.
Yes, that's correct.
But the whole time I was looking at him, I was just thinking, can I reach him? Can I get to him before they get to me? You know, how far away is he really? You know, how much damage can I do if I do get to him? Will it be enough to end his life? Give me the opportunity to get to him for 2 seconds. That's all I need is 2 seconds. And we won't have to have a trial. We won't have to have anything. And I'm willing to go to jail for that because I have nothing to live for. When I heard that he had been found guilty and was sentenced to death, I had a sense of relief that I would have justice for my peace. This is the shirt that I had on. We wore it in hopes that if Reggie would see us, he would see these shirts and he would know that we were there supporting that justice is finally being done for these boys. We took our seats and we just kind of held each other's hand, you know, and just sat there and waited. The warden did ask him, did he have any last words? And he said no. But one of the last gestures that he made was to stick up both middle fingers. And that was his message. And made a very hard, conscious effort to make sure that they remained up throughout the whole ordeal. So we just kind of just sat there and, you know, trying to stay composed. That was the longest 10 minutes of my life. And then it was over. Finally, you get to know what it feels like not to draw another breath. And you don't get the chance to hurt anybody else ever again. And hopefully you'll rest in hell. When it was very, very raw, I was very, very angry. And so I lashed out, you know, at people that really didn't deserve it. I had to learn how to stop doing that. I did meet someone I never thought I would. I met him the same year that I lost my children, and then I started dating him the year after. We were together 34 years before he passed. He had 3 children, 3 boys. And these boys are still in my life today. So that in itself has also helped me to get through the last 36 years. But I don't think you ever cry enough. These are the headstones. I wanted Yaakov in the middle so his brothers could protect him. The inscription on there is always on our minds, forever in our hearts. My babies. I wouldn't wish this on anybody. I wouldn't want anybody to go through what I've gone through. So anyone that you care about or love, tell them as often as you think about it that you love them. Give them a hug. Never take for granted that they're always going to be here. Because that's not true.